Hi everyone, it's Carol here from the stampingground.co.uk, and today I'm using the delicate Dahlia stamp set from the Celebration catalogue. It's a lovely stamp set and it creates a beautiful flower. It's a two-step stamp set as well. So unless you want to, it actually colours it all in for you as well. Or you can just leave the outline and colour it with whatever you choose. So here's the stamp set. As you can see, there's two different flowers, some tiny leaves and some larger leaves as well. And the good thing about it is if you're buying anything out of the catalogue, you can actually get this free. Within the Celebration catalogue, there are lots of different papers, stamp sets, the lovely sheep and the dies. And here's the Dahlia one. So if you do want a catalogue or any of the catalogues, please do shout. I don't mind, I'll pop one in the post for you. So we're going to start with stamping the Dahlia. I'm going to use Magenta Madness to stamp it with. Now the two flower stamps match each other, so you need to, when you've stamped one, you need to match the other one up before you stamp it. So what I've done is I've matched them, and then I've just got a permanent marker and just put a tiny mark where they match. And then each time you stamp, you're not looking to see how they match up. It's a lot easier. Beautiful, isn't it? Now you can just stamp it like this, and you can leave it like that, or you can actually colour it in with either watercolours or you stamp in blend pens. Just bring it a bit closer. So just line the marks up that you've made with your pen and just press firmly. And wow, just look at that, it's beautiful. Got all the shading and detail on it. So now we need to stamp the leaves, and I'm going to use soft succulent for the leaves. It's quite a nice subtle colour. I didn't want anything too dark. And again, once you've stamped them like this, you can colour them in yourself if you want. You can use watercolour pencils or the Stampin' Right markers, or you can use the two-step stamp. And this is easy, fairly easy to line up, and then just give it a press. So this is a nice and easy. This is what we like. So we're now going to fussy cut these out. So make sure you have a good pair of scissors. Small ones are better. And if you've watched me fussy cut before, I always say it's quite well, it is easy. It's not difficult. It's just a few tips really. Have a good pair of small scissors, and when you're cutting out, move your paper rather than the scissors, and you get a nice even cut. Sorry, not cut, edge around whatever you're cutting out. And I in fact, when I first started fussy cutting, I hated it. I did not like it at all. But it was because I didn't know how to do it. So if if just have a practice, and like I say, just move the paper rather than your scissors. So there we are, all finished. And this detail on this flower is it's so beautiful. Right, we'll just get rid of these. Now we need to do the leaves, but you don't have to sit watching me do this. I will whiz through these quickly. So there we are. I've just missed this little bit. So now I'm going to use a die from a stamp set called Poinsettia Petals. And I use this quite a lot, this one. It's lovely in foliage. So I'm going to use the little mini cut and emboss machine. It's lovely and handy to have outside on the table. And this is going to make the camera shudder. I can see it now. So we need 3 of these. I'm just showing you how I've cut it out, but you need to cut 3 out. And this is in the soft succulent cardstock. So just pop it out with your pick tool. So for the inscription, I'm going to use the black cardstock, Versamark ink, and the inscription from the Delicate Dahlias, which says, "You inspire me." So put your inscription onto an acrylic block. And this is the white embossing powder. Make sure you have a piece of computer paper handy. So give it a good ink up. And just, excuse me, just sprinkle the embossing powder over it. Just get that tiny bit off. There we are. Now I'm going to use the heat gun. I've turned the sound off on this little bit so it doesn't deafen you. And it doesn't matter how many times I do this, I just love seeing all those little particles melt. There we are. And then cut it to 3/4 of an inch by 2.5 inch. Now the cardstock you need for the actual card measures 10 inch by 5, scored at 5. Then we want 2 pieces of white, 4 3/4 square, and a piece of DSP at 4.5 inch square. Now we're just going to put the card front together. I'm just going to use liquid glue. So now it's time to assemble our card front. So we'll bring all our pieces back. And I'm just going to put my flower where I would like it to be, and then just add the 3 sets of leaves and when I'm happy I'll take away the flower and then stick the leaves down. I'm going to use some mini glue dots. Oops. And just pop one on the back of each one. There we are. And then, excuse me, bring our flower back in. I'm going to put dimensionals onto the back of this, but before I do, I just like to add just pop foliage in just to make sure I'm happy with where it's going. And then we'll lift the flower once again, and we're going to add glue dots to this foliage. And adding glue dots is a lot easier than trying to, especially on these, trying to put liquid glue. So now we need just to add our flower. So onto the back, just add some dimensionals. And then pop our flower on. You can tell we live in the country. I don't know if you can hear, there's somebody out shooting. We just now need to add our inscription, and I think it looks very striking in black. And to that we're going to add dimensionals as well. And then just pop this on the front of the card as well. And I haven't got it quite straight. So now that's the front done, we just need to finish the inside. So before we just attach that to the inside, I'm just going to take the small flower from the Dahlia set. Again, we'll use Magenta Madness ink. And when you're finishing the card, don't attach the inside to the card before you've finished stamping, because if you do make a mistake, you'll not be able to take it out of the card. And then we'll just put an inscription inside which says "Thank you kindly," and we'll then attach that to the inside of the card. And there we are, all finished. So I do hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I'm still messing with this, aren't I? There, that's a little better. If you've enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. All the details, measurements, etc. in both imperial and metric will be over on my blog, which is thestampingground.co.uk. And everything I've used to make the card, I will list as well so that you can see. So thank you for joining me, and until next time, bye bye.